Absolutely, Mark, 3 times.
Can you tell us a little bit about like the pros and cons of having your son as one of your artists, and have there been any issues or anything with that?
Well, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, of course, I mean, it's a gift and a curse. I mean, it's a gift because I get to watch my son grow and learn and do these things, but it's also a curse because I, as well as him, we have to understand that there's a manager side and I'm always going to be your father, but I may not always be your manager. You know what I mean? So and you have to understand that sometimes the lines get blurred, and we is dealing with family. We understand that. That's why they say they keep family and business separated. And in some instances, that's true. But I mean, you have to understand and realize that when you're at work, you're at work. This is your job. I'm not coming to you, babying you, or treating you any different than I treat anybody else as a manager. And if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, then you get reprimanded or whatever have you. You know what I mean? You have to understand that you don't get any favors because you have to put in the work. Because again, like I said, you get out what you put into it.
Right.
So I mean, it's easy and it gets frustrating. I'm not gonna lie, it does get frustrating, but it's because I love him so much, and because that I have to learn the lines too. Like as a father, I'm like, I know you can do this. I want you to, you know what I mean? But I can't push him because it's, you know what I mean? I don't want to mess with his artistry. I don't want to, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's a fine line, but I mean, it's been quite a ride and it's fun. And I mean, I got him for sure. I got him.
Oh, definitely.
Yep. 3 times.
I feel that.
Yeah.
For real. As the show is called Rema Black, we like to ask everybody what block you repping. So can you tell everybody what block you repping and where you from?
Man, I'm from Southeast DC, Minnesota Avenue, that black hole for real. You know what I'm saying? Layla Road. Man, 1920. What's up, y'all? DC in the building, but also San Antonio, Northeast side, representing to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in San Antonio. It's my second home. I love it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm DC to the bone for real. I'm from the Redskins and all. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
For real. Well, Commanders, whatever. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what's up. And can you tell us like the difference that you've experienced, or like the biggest thing that like trend wise in music between the North versus the South?
Well, I mean, let me see. I was going to say lyrically, but now, I mean, it's like it's kind of. I don't know if it's. I mean, I don't know. That's a good one. Let me see. Like, I mean, I'm gonna have to say lyrically, but I'm not taking nothing away from the South because the South is really like I love Southern music, like, but I just know that the North, the East, you know, what I mean, it was built on lyrical content. So as opposed to the South where it's a vibe, it was more of a vibe. I mean, not that they didn't have lyrics, but it was more of a vibe. You had your Scarfaces back in the day, but you also had your 8 Ball MJGs who. You know what I mean? It's a vibe. It's like it's country, but it's like but they spitting too. But it's like, you know what I mean. And then you got the Dayton family. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to listen to Dayton family. You know what I mean? So it's like it's you hear like the lyrical content, but the gangsterism, but I mean, I just the lyrics, I think, but it's more balanced now, I believe. And I don't know if that's because it's been dumbed down or what. I don't know, but. Or if the South is just literally raised, it's leveled up to that point because it's some lyrical rappers down here that I mean I'm like man, like sheesh, like for real. So I would say lyrics though. I would just say like the lyrical content, of it.
Yeah, I feel you on that because I'm from Ohio and I mean not that we're really known. We got a few artists out there that's known. Honey, shut up.
Yeah, just
Yeah, so I mean, I understand you on the lyrical content. And what's funny to me though is just that so many artists from the North come to the South, and so like because of that, the South has a nice blend of all of it.
Right.
Plus the vibes, because like the North, you hear more of like you can tell.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, like it's I don't know how to explain. I know what you mean though. Like you can feel like, oh, that sounds like some East Coast stuff.
Right.
You automatically instantly feel it when you
definitely. And right now, because a lot of artists are looking for a manager. So first of all, are you accepting new clients? And second of all, what type of advice would you give them in general when looking for a manager?
Okay, well, I mean, I'm talking to a couple people now, you know what I mean? But it's I mean, working with AJ and Lambo, we already, I mean, we got, it's a lot going on. So you got to have all your ducks in a row. If, I don't have time to necessarily grow you like I did with certain people in the past. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to come knowing what you want and being ready and understanding that a manager needs something to manage. So that's the first thing. And as far as advice, just looking for a manager, just look for a manager. Look for someone who's going to put that work in for you, who's going to stay on top of you, and who first of all, who knows what you want, because everybody's an individual. AJ doesn't want what Lambo wants, what Mari wants. So I have to know, and specifically, okay, this is for him. This is not for him. So this is for him. Okay, I know I have to move the pieces around right. So I have to understand that, or a manager has to understand that every artist is an individual, and you have to deal with them accordingly. And as for the artist, you have to come with something to manage, even if it's just an idea, but come with something to manage. Like I have people coming like, say, man, I need a manager. I want you to book shows for me. I want you to do this, do that. And I'm like, well, I mean, that's a separate thing than what a manager does. Like a manager is not necessarily the one who books your shows. I mean, he can do it, but that's not what his job is. His job is to manage the things that you have, to put you in places that you don't belong, to get the content that you have in front of the other people. The network. It's really about the network that they have. It's not what you know, it's who you know. So I need you all to remember that. It's not what you know, it's who you know. So it's imperative to not burn bridges, to not be so I guess closed off to where you don't need nobody. You think you don't need nobody, you don't want anybody, because 9 times out of 10 I can tell you, you don't sound as good as you think you do. You aren't doing as good as you think you are. You're not maximizing your potential because you're shutting yourself off from help. You have to stop being bigger than yourself and understand where you are and know your worth and realize that you can't do it alone. There's nobody out here going to tell you they did it alone. And if they did, they're lying. So that's some really good advice right there. All artists, y'all make sure y'all listen to that advice. And can you again remind us of what new music to look out for from money management artists and how we can reach you on the social media? Got you. Well, Lambo Warren, he just dropped 100 references and Bank Ready video coming soon. That's those are singles he has. Working on the album with him. AJ Stacks has my third run coming out, or his third run. My third run is the name of it, but his third run coming out, and you know what I mean. And that's a game changer. It's really a game changer. And POV just dropped, and this is on all platforms. Everything's going to be on all platforms. We're everywhere. So I mean, anywhere you look for music, that's where we are. AJ STAXX, Lambos, like to call Warren, and Mari 3 times, and Lil Dallas. They're working on things that they have to work on. You know what I mean? Like I said. Cedric Walker, he has an interview tomorrow night. As a matter of fact, he'll be in town tomorrow night. He has an interview. He's working on some albums and some video footage and stuff. Man, this man is immaculate with his video footage too. Like, so it's let me see if I got anything else. Let me see. We have anything else? Shout out Legacy City. Want to shout out the fact that we have these gold and platinum albums that we're on that are charting and doing the things that they need to do, and it's a blessing for that. So all of that's out now. Just look up Legacy City. I mean, Stacks, myself, we all on there. Shout out to Legacy City, making major moves in the industry for independent artists for sure. Street Legion Nation, make sure y'all check them out as well. Thank you so much, Lee Money, for joining us today. Absolutely. Let me give him my social media, my badge. I want y'all to clock in with me on Instagram at Money Management _official. That's MUNNI management _official. Tap in with me. If for nothing else, I can give you some good advice for real. That's what's up. For sure. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, and we will be back in a moment, y'all, with Cheryl Meadow in D major of Urban Suite Radio, KSYM College Radio 90.1 FM San Antonio. We'll be back in a minute. Yeah.
What it do, baby? You know what it is, man? Top floors, everything extravagant, man. You know how we doing it, lobster steak, caviar, conscious caviar at that. Let's go.
On this elevate, you need a key. If you ain't woke, how you expect to see? Never alert, a zombie with no meats. So I can't be surprised when niggas sleep on me. Plant the seed, then it go into a fucking tree. I've been winning for so long, it's beyond me. I've been vegan for so long, I'm beyond me. Keep it organic, no GMO in me.
What it do, baby? You know what it extravagant, man. You know how we doing it, lobster steak, caviar, conscious caviar at that. Let's go.
On this elevate, you need a key. If you ain't woke, how you expect to see? Never alert, a zombie with no meats. So I can't be surprised when niggas sleep on me. Plant the seed, then it go into a fucking tree. I've been winning for so long, it's beyond me. I've been vegan for so long, I'm beyond me. Keep it organic, no GMO in me.
Yeah. What it do, baby? Know what it is, man? Top floors, everything extravagant, man. You know how we doing it, lobster steak, caviar, conscious caviar at that. Let's go.
On this elevate, you need a key. If you ain't woke, how you expect to see? Never alert, a zombie with no meats. So I can't be surprised when niggas sleep on me. Plant the seed, then it go into a fucking tree. I've been winning for so long, it's beyond me. I've been vegan for so long, I'm beyond me. Keep it organic, no GMO in me.
Yeah. What it do, baby? Know what it is, man? Top floors, everything extravagant, man. You know how we doing it, lobster steak, caviar, conscious caviar at that. Let's go.
On this elevate, you need a key. If you ain't woke, how you expect to see? Never alert, a zombie with no meats. So I can't be surprised when niggas sleep on me. Plant the seed, then it go into a fucking tree. I've been winning for so long, it's beyond me. I've been vegan for so long, I'm beyond me. Keep it organic, no GMO in me.
Yeah. What it do, baby? Know what it is, man? Top floors, everything extravagant, man. You know how we doing it, lobster steak, caviar, conscious caviar at that. Let's go.
On this elevate, you need a key. If you ain't woke, how you expect to see? Never alert, a zombie with no meats. So I can't be surprised when niggas sleep on me. Plant the seed, then it go into a fucking tree. I've been winning for so long, it's beyond me. I've been vegan for so long, I'm beyond me. Keep it organic, no GMO in me.
Yeah. What it do, baby? Know what it is, man? Top floors, everything extravagant, man. You know how we doing it, lobster steak, caviar, conscious caviar at that. Let's go.
On this elevate, you need a key. If you ain't woke, how you expect to see? Never alert, a zombie with no meats. So I can't be surprised when niggas sleep on me. Plant the seed, then it go into a fucking tree. I've been winning for so long, it's beyond me. I've been vegan for so long, I'm beyond me. Keep it organic, no GMO in me.
Yeah. What it do, baby? Know what it is, man? Top floors, everything extravagant, man. You know how we doing it, lobster steak, caviar, conscious caviar at that. Let's go.
On this elevate, you need a key. If you ain't woke, how you expect to see? Never alert, a zombie with no meats. So I can't be surprised when niggas sleep on me. Plant the seed, then it go into a fucking tree. I've been winning for so long, it's beyond me. I've been vegan for so long, I'm beyond me. Keep it organic, no GMO in me.
Yeah. What it do, baby? Know what it is, man? Top floors, everything extravagant, man. You know how we doing it, lobster steak, caviar, conscious caviar at that. Let's go.
On this elevate, you need a key. If you ain't woke, how you expect to see? Never alert, a zombie with no meats. So I can't be surprised when niggas sleep on me. Plant the seed, then it go into a fucking tree. I've been winning for so long, it's beyond me. I've been vegan for so long, I'm beyond me. Keep it organic, no GMO in me.
Yeah. What it do, baby? Know what it is, man? Top floors, everything extravagant, man. You know how we doing it, lobster steak, caviar, conscious caviar at that. Let's go.
On this elevate, you need a key. If you ain't woke, how you expect to see? Never alert, a zombie with no meats. So I can't be surprised when niggas sleep on me. Plant the seed, then it go into a fucking tree. I've been winning for so long, it's beyond me. I've been vegan for so long, I'm beyond me. Keep it organic, no GMO in me.
Yeah. What it do, baby? Know what it is, man? Top floors, everything extravagant, man. You know how we doing it, lobster steak, caviar, conscious caviar at that. Let's go.
elevate, you need a key. If you ain't woke, how you expect to see? Never alert, a zombie with no meats. So I can't be surprised when niggas sleep on me. Plant the seed, then it go into a fucking tree. I've been winning for so long, it's beyond me. I've been vegan for so long, I'm beyond me. Keep it organic, no GMO in me.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We are in the mix, y'all. Rep my block. I'm your girl, KeyIce. We just had Lee Money, special guest on the show. He is nominated for Power Player Executive of the Year for the 2023 Southern Entertainment Awards. Next up, we have Urban Sweet. Oh my gosh. I'm going to make sure I get all of their nominations correct because they have a lot, and they are also previous winners of the Southern Entertainment Awards. We have special guests Urban Sweet, Cheryl Meadow, and D Major, nominated for not one, but 3 awards: Radio Station of the Year, Radio Show Podcast of the Year, and Cheryl's nominated for Photographer Journalist of the Year. Please welcome them to the show, y'all. Hey, what's up,
everybody?
Cheryl Meadow? How y'all doing?
Hey, what's good?
I'm so honored, first of all, to have you both on the show. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for
How are
having
you
us.
doing, first of all? I know it's a busy weekend with Memorial Day and just a lot going on, Southern Entertainment Awards. How are you guys doing?
Doing pretty good. Like I said, it's a busy weekend for us, so I hope everyone's enjoying the Memorial Day weekend. Definitely wish that we could be there in Nashville, but that's okay. We send our love and support to Gennaro and Infamous and everyone there at the awards. So.
For sure. And congratulations on your nominations. And last year, I know you took home some awards. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Ladies first.
Wow. It was, the whole thing was really chaotic. We were running on Texas time, so we were an hour late. And during that hour, D Major won his award. We're right here. D Major won his award.
Oh, that's nice. Beautiful.
And then when they brought up the photographer, I was sure, we went out there not expecting anything at all. We just wanted to be out there and to, after all these years, be in the excitement of it all. And that night we both won.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
And we're the first married couple in all their 20 years. We're the first married couple who won on the same night.
Wow, congratulations. That's legendary right there. Oh my, they should have a special award just for that. They should give you that. Wow. That's amazing. And for those that don't know much about you, which I'm sure most of the South knows, the US period, but for those that don't know much about you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and like just your experience in the urban entertainment industry overall?
I've been let's say 1979, I started my college radio career. And with that, getting introduced to so many different artists and going to being sent out, because when you're with the college radio, you're also there's events that go on and you're sent out to the events. So I got to be immersed in everything, going to different events, being backstage, helping people. They taught us everything from the radio portion to the TV portion. So we knew everything when we were sent out. We knew how to run camera. We knew how to see everything. So I've always, and growing up, in school, college, choir, and when I got older, I started doing some promotions, similar, to how you started. And it just went from there. Met artists, became interested in the music game, got knowledgeable in the music game. Before I left out there, I was doing weekly events. And when I came out here, I already had a little bit of a buzz, I think. And so I think it was, I mean, Ghost and Lee Money can tell me exactly. I think it was like 2005, 2006. I got involved with SA Urban newspaper.
Yeah, shout out to
And if y'all don't know what SA Urban, SA Urban was just like the Current. It was a magazine you could hold in your hands, and it was on the streets every month, and there was like 4,000, 5,000 copies going out, and it only specifically targeted the urban scene in San Antonio and around Texas. Lee Money and I were there. Avar was there. I remember you from way back then too.
Yeah.
And I still say that nobody to this date has done everything that SA Urban did. We're still ahead of the game. We're still waiting for some people to catch up. I think Legacy City is the closest.
Yeah, I agree.
Everything. But I've been working with many different artists out here. D Major and I have done
Okay.
I see she froze up.
Yeah, that's
But
okay.
yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
my
said
computer. It's my internet.
It's all right.
But I got to be president of a record label for about 4 or 5 years with Reservoir Music. And that's one of the awards that I won, the 17th annual I won for Group Label of the Year. And that was for my work with Reservoir Music for True Ev's Own Records. But it's been awesome. I've helped countless artists get together and do collaborations. I've put people in many rooms, many rooms, and I still do. And so happy to do it.
Yes, y'all. She is the queen of urban entertainment in San Antonio. I'm just gonna say that she really is, y'all. The hashtag I push SA. That's all, Cheryl. Mostly everything urban entertainment in San Antonio is Cheryl. Just let y'all know, and I want to give you your flowers. Congratulations on all of your awards. Just everything that you've done. Like, it does not go unnoticed, at least from the Homebase Promotions end. We really appreciate everything that you do for the city, for sure.
Thank you. I love it. I fell in love with San Antonio's hip hop when I got here, and that was 20 years ago. And I as long as I'm here, and no matter where I am, I won't stop because San Antonio is special. San Antonio is special. We are very underrated. We are very off the map from people, but more of the industry than ever before knows about San Antonio now.
Oh yeah.
And it is wonderful to watch it from our side of things as media. It's amazing to watch it from our side of things because we get to see who's talking.
Definitely. True. I agree with that for sure. And would you say that social media has played a major role in the way that San Antonio has been represented?
Definitely good and bad. But yeah. Social media has allowed every artist from every corner of the world to be seen and heard. And that's amazing. The internet is amazing. All these platforms we have, I don't even know them all. There's new platforms popping up all the time. And people say, do you know this? Do you know that? No, but I'm going to go look. But yeah, it's crazy. We are we've because of social media, San Antonio has really caught up and is in the running now with the big guns.
I agree for sure. And currently being with on the college radio side of that, how would you say, because a lot of artists tend to still to this day overlook college radio, which is, it has a major impact, and they don't realize it. But can you kind of speak on that as far as like the impact of college radio just on the industry period, and like the avenues that they can access by, being part of the college radio scene that they don't realize.
Oh yeah. I mean, college radio has been important for a lot of independent artists forever. I mean, a lot of the artists, no matter what genre, pretty much got their start in college radio before they launched into more mainstream circles. And it's still an important part of that, that interweaving of information and technology and everything that's, that's making artists be known. I say it's a very important aspect of their repertoire that they need, basically cutting yourself off from an audience that you could be having by not paying attention to college radio, just strict to mainstream radio or stick to streaming. Yeah, there's a major aspect of people who might not discover you if it wasn't for college radio. And we're here to be that, that cog in the wheel to make things go around.
Yeah, absolutely. Like with corporate radio, and I'm not downing them at all, but they can only play what they're told.
True.
And that's corporate radio. And that's okay. That's how they make their money. And their target market starts at what, age 14? Something like that, 14, 15, even 12, because they, brainwashing, whatever. But college radio, we don't get told what to play. We don't get a list. We don't get anything that says you have to play this and then you can play whatever you want. We play whatever we want. Every episode of the Urban Suite that you hear, that man put it together 16 years. Every Monday night for 16 years.
Amazing.
Put together this show. This is all him. He gets to choose every single song that's played. So
that's right.
We want everybody's music. We want to hear everybody's music. I still go out and beg people to send me their music and threaten them to hit them with my chancla if they don't.
That's no lie.
Because we can do more for them than corporate radio can.
Yeah, she is exactly right. We can provide more opportunities and want to provide that opportunity and try to guide them into what they need to do. Try to give them information on how to submit music, how to send things in properly, your ISRC code, making sure your music is properly registered, not just for radio, but also for streaming and any other services that, we're still learning about sync licensing as well, which is another avenue of a way of artists can get their music heard and also making money. So it's all about, artistic endeavors, but also how you're going to get paid.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, the sync licensing, that's no joke. There's so many artists getting sync deals, just sync deals alone.
Yeah.
That is they don't realize these things. And I'm so glad you guys are here, to help them, because it's really something just to have any type of guidance, period, and just to know that a lot of it's being overlooked. But the fact that you're out there, you're reaching out to them. You're telling them, hey, you need to do this. So I really appreciate that. And I'm sure they appreciate it too. They may not say it all the time, but I know they appreciate you as well for doing that. Can you speak on a little bit about how you determine what songs to play? Because I know you get a lot of submissions. So what criteria do you look at when you're deciding on what to play?
Basically, for me, like I always say, if I think it's dope, I'll play it. As simple as that. I take an ear to what they're trying to say, the production of the song, make sure everything sounds good, the levels are right, the lyrical content and subject matter makes sense. And, if I feel that it deserves to be played, I'll play it. Simple as that. No politics. It's just, if I feel like it needs to be heard and I know someone's going to hear it, hey, give them a shot.
Oh yeah. I mean, that makes sense to me. That's that's how it is. I mean, artists just have to know. I mean, one thing they have to realize is that, you know, they have to kind of do a little research on the outlets that they're submitting to before just like doing mass submissions. You want to kind of tailor that. And Cheryl, like with Going South magazine, can you speak on just from, because you've done, you know, as you kind of mentioned to us, you've done way more than you mentioned to us, but as you kind of mentioned to us, like just like the record label aspect, and there's the photography aspect. Like, can you tell us a little bit about like the branding of artists that's important, you know, like when they're trying to quote unquote make it?
Oh, branding is so important. Like the rule of thumb, your name should be the same name across every social media that you have, across all the streaming platforms that you have. Everything should be registered properly with because this is how people are going to find you. Don't keep changing your name. I've lost so many artists because they change their name on their social media and then I don't recognize it. So I ignore it. And then find out like 5-6 months later, oh, that was you. So keep that and work with somebody. Get some good PR. Get somebody who's not just decent at making flyers and logos. Get somebody really, really good. Even go to Fiverr. Fiverr has fantastic people over there. And make everything consistent. When we were at AJ Stack's listening party, fucking amazing, may I say. I'll say it twice too.
Yes.
His album cover is insane. It's insane. Pay professionals. Don't slack on that stuff and build relationships. Build lots of relationships and learn how to do your own EPK and do your own stuff and send it out, because the more personal you make it, the better it's going to be when we receive it, because we want to see what you're about on all levels. We're going to go and look. We're going to listen to your music. And like D Major and I can't tell you how many, like we spend half the day listening to music and then going to their profiles and learning about them.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's time consuming. You know, that's really time consuming.
Yeah.
It's really time consuming, and I'm at home, so that's okay. But D Major works outside of the house, also for a nonprofit organization that supports San Antonio, you know, so he's not only doing it, you know, on his off time, you know, 24/7 is him 24/7. But yeah, get everything together, get a good photographer, take pictures everywhere you go, but don't post them right away. Okay. Do photo sessions. If you know you're going to be out and about somewhere, bring a couple of extra outfits. Okay. Change into those outfits. Take pictures. If you have a friend that's with you, take pictures, but don't post everything immediately. Little by little, give them small doses. Let them see where you're going, where you've been, and put your logo on that. Put your logo on everything.
For sure. I agree. Those are some power tips, some key tips that all artists should follow. And it's really important. I mean, especially if they're trying to make it, because I'm like, sometimes I'm thinking, okay, if you're not doing all these things, then what are you really trying to do? I think they should ask themselves that sometimes. What are you really trying to do if you're not asking these things? There is a question for my co-host, Yama. Yama, you want to come on? I don't know if I could. Okay, I brought him. Okay, there you go.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, what's good?
Hey, peace.
Nice, chilling. I wanted to ask y'all, what is something that separates an artist for y'all when y'all are first being introduced to their music or to their artistry or just them in general?
D Major?
Basically how they approach everything. If they seem like they're actually serious it will show in how they approach you as media, how they present their music, just how they approach everything. And they've got their paperwork in order. If they've taken the time to study just a little bit of the business, and a little bit of making sure they got a good ear, so they know when the song is presented to you, the production value is good, the beat's on point, what they're saying makes sense. It's just about the approach. It's just not sitting up there spamming your email with a bunch of crap. You don't know anything about the artist. You don't know who produced the song or where they're from. There's no social media input at all. It's just here. It's not. Sometimes I don't even get a video. It's just a Spotify link. Like, what am I going to do with that? I can't.
Right.
I can't.
And not everybody can play Spotify.
Exactly.
So do more than just Spotify.
And also make sure, since this is college radio, which means it's going out on regular airwaves, that it's clean. FCC don't play. I'm not paying $10,000 because somebody else don't know how to edit themselves on their song. Sorry.
That makes sense. Making sure they can strategize, they can communicate well.
Yeah.
They're serious about what
it's like anything else. You network and you build.
Yep. And we love meeting people in person. We've been on different panels and talked to audiences of artists, and we love to do that. And we love to meet them and get to know them, because that gives us more insight into their music.
Gotcha.
And we listen to the words. Well, one, we have to. He has to, editing it, but we really listen. So if you're saying something really nice, we're liking that. If you're saying something really stupid, you usually get an inbox from me saying, send me something else.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let me hear something else. This is the one.
Making sure you took the proper time in the studio, get all your ducks in a row. That makes sense.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And artists, when you're in the studio, do the radio edit then. And actually, if you have a song and you know that you really want to push it and you want to put money on it, do a radio edit right there in the studio. You wrote out your song, write out a second version that replaces the words that you can't say on FM.
Yeah. Or just get your producer or engineer to do the edits while you're in the booth.
Yeah.
It makes it easier to push out.
Right. I mean, he's already done it. He's got hands-on on it. He knows where every little snip he has to take out of it. He can do that, in 15 minutes, and do it.
Especially with the new tools and stuff that we have.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Well, I appreciate y'all's time for answering that question.
Well, thank you for asking, man. I appreciate it.
Definitely. And for those that want to send music to you, I know that there's a big thing also about artists not tagging their music properly, like with the ID3 tags. And Cheryl, I've actually seen some of your posts where you like getting on artists about that ID3 tag your music, so.
You bet. From day one, when I got out here, I would run around telling the artists, get on your business. And I would get hit with, oh, but I can't afford it. Okay, well, what about the girl that just bought you those $200 Jordans? She can afford it. Go get it from her and get your business in order, because nobody's listening. People do business with artists who are doing their business. Right. If you're doing your business, the other people, they know about you. If you don't, it's going to stay not heard. So you get on your business, you make that little bit of money happen to get registered, get your PRO. It doesn't cost anything to sign up for Sound Exchange and Mediabase and all that. So do it. Your one cost is going to be the ASCAP and BMI. That's mainly it. So you got to do it. And I was like a broken record for years. I had my foot up the artists' asses for years, telling them to get their music business together, or else nobody was ever going to hear them. And this music is too important.
Yep.
This music is too important. San Antonio's got some great music. Shouts out to Lee Money. You know, he's holding some fabulous artists, and I can't wait till his young ones start releasing albums. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, definitely. By the way, when he was here, he said, tell them I said hi. So he wanted to make sure he told me to say hi to you guys. But he
love you
in person. Yeah, so but thank you so much for being on the show today. You have given some gems to the artists, for artists that are listening, because we have tons of artists on our page that follow, and hopefully they have been listening. If not, we definitely will have the replays on. And can you tell the audience how to submit music to you and the college radio? I know you have a college radio directory as well. Can you tell them how to submit in general, and tell us about how to submit through the radio directory?
Okay. The college radio directory, we are partnered with the person who actually runs that. Basically, he has compiled over 250 college radio stations, internet stations throughout the country, and he offers that to everyone who needs it. It's basically about $30 if you go online to get it. We do have a discount code. Just type in D Major, my name, and you can get a $5 discount off of that, and it is worth it. You've got
it's an important tool.
Yeah,
every artist should have it, especially if you're trying to get on Billboard or do something bigger. Yeah. You have to have an FM presence, and the college radio directory can help you get there like that.
Like that.
For sure. That is definitely make sure. Actually, we're going to drop that in the comments as well. We'll drop that in the comments when it goes out. And let's talk about how we can get in touch with you on social media. Can you tell everybody how to do that?
Okay. Simple. For me, it's Urban Sweet SA, all one word, on Facebook and Instagram.
And me, it's Cheryl Metal everywhere. You know, Google me, just like you would Avar. Google me.
Oh, yeah.
That's our buddy, though, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Long time buddy.
Avar's real
That's
cool.
our friend.
Definitely.
You know what? I want to say thank you to Kayla, because you've been out there doing what you do because you love it as well for so many years, and we appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it's all for the love of hip hop, for real.
Yes,
love ma'am. And thank you so much. It's been an honor having you both on the show, and we will definitely always stay in touch and be on the lookout. Actually, you have a show coming up Monday. Can you tell everybody about your show so we can make sure everybody tunes in?
Yes, we have Cedric Walker and Lee Money coming in.
Yes.
And we had the honor of interviewing Cedric years ago. And so it's going to be lovely to have him back in and see what he's doing, hear the new music. I'm really thrilled for it. He's a wonderful young man.
Yes, he is. And can't wait. I'm going to try to say, I've been like, I need to actually set a timer, because I'm like, I always fall asleep. I try to wait up for it. I'm like, man, I fell asleep. And I'm like, when I wake up, I'm like, man, I try to, share when I see him and stuff. But I'm definitely going to try to wait up. I want to see, because I want to learn more about Cedric Walker. He's one artist that we've had on our list. And especially, being affiliated with one of the artists on the Money Management, and under the management of Money Management. So we're definitely going to be checking out for that.
Well, if you fall asleep, you can always go to ksym.org, and you can go to the archive page and you can pull up the show. Each show is up there for 2 weeks at a time.
Oh, okay.
And so you can listen the next day when you're awake, because I know it's late at night. And actually, September 18th, are you free?
September 18th. Yes, I'm free for y'all.
You're good.
There we go.
Okay, thank you. Okay, nice. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, and congratulations again. Can't wait to see what's coming up for tomorrow for the Southern Entertainment Awards, and hopefully you guys bring home another win. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you
very much. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll be right back with DJ 750, also repping San Antonio. We'll be back in a couple minutes with him. That was Destiny Muah. It goes by, her name goes by Destiny Mua. I think that's how you say it. I actually haven't spoken to her, but she is also a nominee for Internet Streaming Artist of the Year for this year's 2023 Southern Entertainment Awards. Well, we'll see that clip again here later in the show, but I want to announce a special guest, another special guest. We have a whole bunch of special guests today, but another special guest to the show. DJ 750, he used to go by DJ Ghost or Miss DJ Ghost. I'm going to talk to him about that, by the way, again. But welcome to the show, DJ 750. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, yes. Thank you for being on the show. Congratulations on your nominations.
Thank you.
First of all, DJ 750, can you tell everybody what block you rep? This rep my block. We gotta know what city you repping today.
Oh, I'm repping San Antonio 210 at all times. Like,
that's what's up.
That's all it is.
Oh yeah, for sure. And just to speak on a little bit, like a background of how you became a DJ, can you tell us about that?
Oh wow. Okay. I guess how that started was basically I was into screw music really, really big, you know, and it got to a point to where I guess I bought up all of the music that was here in San Antonio. And I remember going to my cousin's house and complaining about it. And he was like, well, I could show you how to do it yourself. And he hooked me up on the computer with this program called KeyIce DJ. And he showed me how to work the crossfader, just like this was just out of the blue. And once he showed me that, I didn't leave his house for like a whole week. I chopped and screwed every song I got a hold of. So from there, my brother was one of the lead artists up at G-Style Records. So I went up there and I talked to the CEO, which was Young Wood. And, you know, he had just dropped his album. I wanted to chop and screw it for him, you know. And he said, well, instead of you chopping and screwing my album and me paying you for it, how about you just be my DJ? So I was like, oh, all right, cool. And then 2 days later, we had his record release party, you know, at Salon, Mexico. And that was the first day I was on stage. The first day I had to DJ in front of a crowd, and it's been on ever since.
Wow, that's an amazing start. I never knew that. That's wow.
Yep, September 22nd, 2005.
Wow, that's amazing. And so, like, I never knew that you started off with like DJing like with screw music, like just I never knew that.
Yeah,
that's so cool to know. And
well,
so
remember on SA Urban, I had my own radio show.
You did, yes.
Called the Tap Session, and my music was called Tapped Out and Maxed Out Music because you know they was really tripping about saying chopped and screwed. So I was like, okay, we'll call it Tapped Out and Maxed Out, and I had like over 700,000 people worldwide tuning in every Wednesday for that. So that was a blessing.
Yes, you did. I remember that show, and the thing is, like, because I'm kind of naive sometimes to like new stuff, because like around that time I wasn't like real keen on like screw music, so I just remember a lot of the music was slow.
Yeah,
I remember that. I was like, he has a lot of slow music on the show, but I like it, you know. But I didn't even realize, I didn't like know the term at that time, but that's so cool. And so like what made you like transition over to more, because right now you work with a lot of independent artists and
Right.
like playing a lot of their music. So what made you work with, like stay on that more on that side, like playing more independent artist music, working with them for their shows and things like that?
Well, I guess going from just being the house DJ for G Style to pretty much like the vice president. Well, I was operations manager for sure. Uh, and we had to start booking our own shows and getting our own venues and stuff together because at that time it was only like what 2 or 3 places that let artists do that. So I teamed up with Rick Reyes, Mr. Reyes, and he had contracts with all of the major clubs in the city because he's the sound man, sound and lighting guy. And plus, he's also one of the big at that time, he's one of the biggest promoters in the city. So he was bringing acts in. So we was able to get these different venues, and then we were in charge of putting the talent on and giving people opportunities. And then once I really was able to tap in, it's like, damn, we got some. We go just as hard as anybody else in the country. And my brother, Superstar, he was one of the top dudes in the city. Uh, it just made sense. Like I wanted him to go as far as possible, and then everybody from 15-5 to my own artists, J Rock and Natalia B, and you know what I'm saying, and everybody in between. I just wanted to make sure, I always felt as a DJ, my job was to create the opportunity for them to be heard. You know what I'm saying? That's all my mission has ever been. And it got to the point to where like I've always listened to stay on top of what's going on, but I care more about San Antonio artists than anybody. Like it's cool to listen to everybody, but I want my people to get there because they deserve to be up there with the Futures and the little babies and the babe, all them. Ice Spices and the Drakes. We got people that go hard at them right here.
We really do. Yeah. Yeah, you're correct on that. And I mean, speaking along the lines of that, are there any artists that you currently work with or have worked with in the past that you feel, first of all, that you kind of favor, like in the San Antonio, because DJs have a different ear than others, because you're always, working with the music, curating the music that you play. So is there anybody that you think like really stands out right now?
That's a really, really good question. I have so many artists that I deal with, but I guess some of my favorites, I'll name a couple of them. Blackout, you know what I'm saying? That's my boy right there. Blackout. There's so many people. Black Mexico, AJ Stacks, Lil Aubrey. Who else? It's a lot. I can't even think right now. I'm on the spot. I can't think, but it's a lot of people that I've been working with them. I either did I was with them. I DJed their first time getting on stage, or in the beginning when they first going. So I have a lot of rapport and our relationships with a lot of artists here in the city. So I've seen a lot of growth. So that's what makes it a little hard for me, because I know you started out one way, but right now, like, you crushing it. Like on the female side, Lil Birdie, Kayla, Ricky Allman, Dynasty 3. Those are just a few, but all of those people and ladies and gentlemen, they have the potential to go platinum. Like it's crazy. It really is crazy.
You named a nice roster artist. I'm like, okay, DJ 750 about to start his own record label in a minute.
Well, remember, I had my own record label before, the Haunted House Music Group.
You've done so much. Done so much, and I'm like, you really don't get the flowers you deserve. Like, I know personally, like you're like one of my favorite DJs in the city, and I'm like, I really appreciate everything that you've done, because it's like, it's crazy. You've done so much, and like, just even if you can speak also on one of your projects, Music Flicks, that has grown a lot as well. Can you tell everyone about that as well?
Okay, Music Flicks is an entertainment hub and community. So basically, if you love entertainment, everything from music to movies, TV shows, you can come here and to this platform and listen to almost every radio station from around the world. Plus, we have 25 of our own radio stations, and it's me and PAB, King Brown from Polar World, Polar Pimp. Uh, he and I are the one who created this. You know what I'm saying? So also too, if you're an artist, it was really created for artists and DJs because we saw how during the pandemic things got a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? And artists, some artists took advantage of the situation, which I was trying to help our people take advantage of, and a lot of them didn't. So we want to create opportunity to where it's a one-stop shop. You know, you can go in there. We have a radio, the radio network, like I said. Then we also have a TV network, which is we're on Roku, Amazon, and Apple TV. Any of those devices, you can go on there right now and download Music Flicks. And plus, the app and platform is also on both iPhone, the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. And you know it's hard to get some on the Apple Store, so it is official. We also have distribution, NFT creation. We got video creation coming soon. We're still in beta, but it's so many different things that you could do on there. You know what I'm saying? It's free to join up. It's free to set up your account and be a part. We have our own social media on there. So we officially launch in January. And when we do launch at the beginning of the year, I think it's going to be a pretty awesome situation for anybody who, if you're an actor, if you're a photographer, if you're a producer, if you're a writer, because we're going to have our own movie studio. So we're looking for content creators, you know, whatever you do.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to go in there and get your stuff out to the masses. We already have like about 6 podcasts on there that's doing really well. Lele Marie with Don't Put Your Big Girl Draws On Comedy Podcast. She was one of the first people to get on there and the first content creator to get on there, and she's doing super well, you know, and I'm so proud of her. AC and Lambo with the Radioactive Podcast is on there. Mr. Vincent Webb, Street Talkers on there. So we've been trying to reach out and give opportunities to everybody who want to grow with us from the ground up and take their dream and their situation to the next level. That's what it's really all about.
Wow, that's a lot that you offer. I'm a member of Music Flicks. It is a really cool experience. There's so much to do on it, and I really highly recommend it for anyone in the industry because there's a lot going on. And then there's even, you guys also have a feature on there where if they perform like activities that people perform, they can also earn like cryptocurrency.
Yes, it's a whole bunch. See, we have our own crypto coin called the Flix coin. So what we tried to do on the social media side was like social media, the all they want to do is take money from you. You know, we try to reward you for these 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, however many hours you on our social media. Every time you post, like, click, share, you earn points. And those points add up to when you get so many, you could cash those out for like I think we have it right now. 100 points equals 1 Flick coin, and then the Flick coin is going to be backed by like that equal $1. So we're going to have our own crypto exchange on there, wallet, little system to where you can go in there, and if you can exchange your currency, your digital currency on there, cash out. Plus, you'll be getting discounts through the different events and stuff. Because we're gonna be doing everything, throwing shows, throwing events, it's a lot. I've only scratched the surface on what that does, but yeah, Music Flicks is going to be something awesome, especially for the artists and the content creators.
Oh, for sure. That sounds exciting. NFT creation is definitely something that's a lot of artists don't. There's like a gold mine up there with so much going on with the NFT world, and that's a space that we are entering as well. If there is a way we can hook up on that and collaborate a little bit, that would be nice because
Okay.
I think that I'm a designer as well. I do design, but anyway,
Well, we also have the mall on there too. So if you are a designer, if you have products on there, you can create your own little store in the mall, and you be able to sell
I
it
didn't
there
know
too.
that.
Yeah, and then we also have our own clothing line called House of Polari. That's on there too. And then we
House
just
of
partner.
Polari?
We also just partnered with a new ad and marketing company called Ad Demand and Supply. So
Mhm.
people can go on there and join for free, and all they need is if they have their creative already or their ad already created, then just put the money on there you need for your marketing budget, and you could market like the big dog. So whatever you got, we can sit down and help you get wherever you're trying to go. That's not a problem,
That's what's up.
especially for you. So I got you. You're back
Appreciate.
1,000%, Kate.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Appreciate you. Well, can you tell everyone how to get in touch with you? And we know you're always out there everywhere, like all the venues. So I'm like, I don't know your schedule, but can you tell us what you have coming up right now?
Tonight I'm gonna be back at Verde Lux Deluxe with Steve Santos. We do local hip hop, like a showcase every 2 Fridays, and tonight is like a special one. But I try to stay. A lot of people get mad at me because they're like, "You don't go past such and such." I'm like, well, I kind of like meeting the new talent and helping and being a part, you know what I'm saying? Being a part of that experience. So I know what's going on. Uh, and if there's a local show, or there's artists that's doing anything, I try to be there if I can. But it's mostly about trying to be in a place that offers an opportunity. Right now, Via Deluxe is, to me, one of the hottest spots in the city. That's 8800 Broadway. Mr. Waltz and them, they help everybody. It's not about the money. It's about building an opportunity for people and showcasing people's talent. Of course, he's there to make money, but like he's one of the few black-owned um, venues in the city. So I want people to go out and try and help him. Other than that, everything on social media is DJ750, except for Facebook, it's Jeffrey Wilson. Then it's spelled out DJ750, FITTY. Um, and or you can go on Musicflix, MUSIXFLIX.online and join and see me on there, DJ750.
That's what's up. Thank you so much for joining today, and best of luck on your nomination. Hope you win tomorrow.
Yeah, this is the third time, so hopefully the third
Yes.
time the charm. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure, for sure. Appreciate you, and we will be back in a moment. We have Destiny. I need to learn how to say her name. But Destiny Moi. I'm gonna say it like that. That sounds better.
Wow.
Destiny Moi. We'll
Yeah.
have a video for her coming up. But thank you so much, DJ 750. Much love to you, and we'll be back.
All right.
That was a video by Destiny Moi. She is nominated this year for 2023. She's nominated for Internet Streaming Artist of the Year. Shout out to her. Next up, we have, man, it's been a pleasure with all the nominees, speaking with them today. By the way, we have another special guest that I would like to introduce. His name is the Dark Knight. TDK goes by TDK. Welcome to the show.
What's going on?
How you doing?
Living, you know what I mean? Living and trying to stay busy. I think that's gonna be the best way to say anything. You know
Oh
what I
yes,
mean?
for sure. It's always a blessing to wake up in the morning every day. That's what I'm talking
Hey
about.
man, look, yes, ain't that the truth?
Yes.
Ain't that the truth? How are you doing?
Oh, I'm pretty good. I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. So
Always.
you are nominated for the Internet Streaming DJ of the Year. Let me make sure I get the right term. Let me make sure I have the right term because there. Okay, Internet Streaming. Yeah, I said it right. Internet Streaming DJ of the Year. That's
Yeah.
what's up. So congratulations on your nomination.
Thank you very much. It still comes as a surprise. Yes and no. I've been nominated by the SCAs a good like 4 or 5 years running, and it's always been for different categories. And my mentality has always been, look, you just work until something happens. And since something has been happening, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm on the right track. But I'm mainly just looking for more nominations in the future, and just to see how I can improve myself as a DJ and as an individual that just likes to entertain people.
Oh, for sure. I feel you on that. And we want to start off with, the show's called Rema Block. Can you remind everybody of what city, what block you repping?
Look, Brooklyn born, Texas raised. San Antonio is what molded and shaped me, you know what I mean? But I
Okay.
still haven't lost home base. You like that plug? From Brooklyn, that's home. But San Antonio is the good old spot that I like being at.
Oh yeah, for sure. I didn't realize you're from Brooklyn. Okay. You
Yeah.
just I knew you were from somewhere up north because your accent, but I didn't realize it was from Brooklyn. Okay. So how long have you been in the San Antonio area?
We ain't gonna speak on that.
Okay. Okay, long enough. We'll just say
Long
long
enough.
Right. Okay. And what inspired you to actually start DJing? Like, can you tell me the beginning?
To be brutally honest, my entire family is in the arts, whether it's singing, actual artists, and painting, uh, poetry, the whole gamut. And so I want to say, when I was 10, 12, just being young and dumb, I was listening to the radio, happened to hear DJ AK on the radio, and I was like, man, that just sounds cool. I want to be able to do that. And the rest is kind of history, you know what I mean? I was able to kind of, I had to put that on the back burner because of everything that I had going on education wise. I was heavily involved on that, and I had a lot of extracurriculars going on. And it wasn't until college that I was able to really pick it up and really start crafting my actual DJ career. And now I'm 21 years in.
Wow, congratulations. And so in college, when you did you actually DJ like college parties as well?
Yes. Shout out to Tess House, because she's the one that actually like gave me like my first college party.
Nice.
I did a few of those, and then I started doing like holding my own kind of parties like there at the dorm. I was at St. Mary's, and so it was like I could do a whole lot, I guess you can say.
Yeah, they're strict, aren't they? I heard they're strict out there, like super strict.
But fortunately, yeah, I did have a lot of opportunities to be able to do things. But then, I had to kind of take a step back. Life happened, and I was blessed with my first daughter, and then had to take a break from DJing and get back to DJing. And it's been that's kind of how it's the framework for it has been.
Okay. And tell us about like the name The Dark Knight. That's different. Like you wouldn't think of a DJ named The Dark Knight. So where's that come from?
So okay, so when I first started, I went by DJ Exquisite. And then
I remember
found
that
out,
because that's when we had booked you for a bit when you were DJ Exquisite. Okay.
so then I found out like, man, there's 3 or 4 other DJ Exquisites that are like, one was literally on the same campus as me, and there was another one in San Antonio, and then there was another one that was out in New Braunfels, Austin area. So I was like, man, well, maybe since I spell it different, it'll be okay. So then, I kind of kept that name for a while, and then this is maybe like year 6 or 7, I started doing internet radio. And one of the curators for the internet radio station, he started to give kind of tag names for everyone. He knew that I was a Batman fan, and he was like, we gonna name DJ Exquisite The Dark Knight. So I was like, all right, that kind of stuck. That stuck for a bit. And then I linked up with another DJ. He went by D Nice, and then he started going by DJ Own. And then we were just having a casual conversation. He was like, man, you should just drop that DJ Exquisite, just go by The Dark Knight. And just like how you said, how many DJs do you know just have that? And he's like, that could just be a whole thing, and you should just do it like that. So ever since then, that's what it's been. And that's almost 12 years ago since that's been the case.
Yeah, it's been a while. Wow. I mean, I really like that name a lot. Because you can brand yourself easier that way as well. Because Exquisite, it's a great name as well, but it's just harder to brand because, especially like you said, with so many other DJs with the same name. But yeah, The Dark Knight, and then your logo. Love your logo.
Thank you.
I want to ask you, like, because you, like, music-wise, I know you have like. First of all, I like your taste in music because like whenever you go live, I want to make sure I join it because I love how you DJ. I love your style, and so I want to ask you like when you first, because like I'm sure you hear tons of music all the time. So like, what makes a song stand out to you when you're deciding on whether or not to add it to one of your sets?
It kind of depends. I really am the type because I listen to a lot of different, and I have to put it like that, even though people are like, oh, well, you listen to it. Yes, I listen to a lot of music. Aside from like country, you know what I mean? There's a huge plethora of music that I listen to. So I end up, really just plugging music in for the various vibes that I may be, whether it's a specific mixtape that I'm doing, or a specific, kind of mix, or anything that I'm like, oh, if I'm in the club, like this will go in the club. Or if I'm doing, this happy hour, or this would go in this happy hour. Oh, I'm doing this baby shower, and it's kind of like the pre-music and stuff. This will go perfect here. That's kind of how my mind works. And so one of the things, that I tell artists now, I'm like, you don't just focus more on creating the art. There's always going to be someone that's like me, or like some of the previous guests like Cheryl or D Major. There's always going to be somebody that's going to hear it and they're going to advocate for it. So it's like the more that you, perfect the process of creating music and creating good music that you feel is like that you poured your heart and soul into, and you're like, yo, this is good. Not what your camp, the yes men around you and stuff has been like, yo, that's good. What you genuinely know, like, yo, okay, I've created something special. Push that out and give it to people that enjoy at the base level what music is, and it's something that you're supposed to feel in your soul in general.
Yeah, I think that's really important to make sure you actually vibe in with what you're playing. And like, I mean, if there is a song that you're not vibing to that an artist submits to you, then do you just generally scrap it, or do you like pass it on to a DJ that you think might like it?
because of the evolution of things now, 10, 15 years ago, there used to be, or I'd say 10, 15 years ago, that was kind of the end of it. But further than that, there used to be, A&Rs would be like, yeah, we have this record that we're in the process of making and stuff. Here's a rough draft. What do you guys think? And during that rough draft would be the time where we could give the feedback and be like, yo, you need to fix this. This needs to be tweaked. Maybe you should go about it this way, et cetera, et cetera. And those notes would be considered, and then they'd go back and they'd work on it. Now, it's, gift and a curse because of the reach of social media, and, you can touch 7 billion people and stuff. Now it's a thing of that feedback isn't taken the same. It's like, oh, well, you must be hating it, so I'm just going to ignore you, and I'm just going to go somewhere else to where someone's going to be like, yo, I like that. And there are those people that don't have the same kind of tastes and stuff where that's accepted. It is what it is. Before I was very, very critical. A lot of my peers would make fun of me and call me a hater, but I'm like, no, I just want for everyone to succeed. And the things that I see is that if you're not critical on things, that you just hinder someone from succeeding. Everyone's been critical of me. I'm super critical of myself, so it's only right.
I completely agree, and I think that's really important. That artists they should understand, especially when they're submitting music. They should understand what the style of that DJ is, instead of just blast it out to whoever, without having understanding of what you like or what your background is, because they do hate that. I've seen it. They'll be like, I submit this song to this DJ, they didn't even play it, da 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 da. Especially at the club, because I know you guys are busy at the club. You already have your set made already, so I know, like, do you play, like, if they come to you with a song when you're out there, do you tend to play it, or is it like you just reject it automatically?
I've reached a point in my DJ career where I'm legit like, yo, there's a much better, more professional, and just an all around abundantly more positive way to get me to play your music, as opposed to come in to my job, quote unquote, and then bothering me and be like, yo, I got this new hotness, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Can you play it? Like, I haven't had a chance to vet it. And a thing of the people that come or the people that are here, wherever I'm spinning and stuff, like, there's an expectation of me to be who the Dark Knight is. You know what I mean? And I can't take that gamble of playing something and it not being all that you hyped it up to be. And then all of a sudden it's like, now two of us look bad. Myself and you, because I'm for damn sure not going to be the only one that's looked at.
Yeah, that's your reputation right there. I feel you completely on that for sure. We have a question from our co-host Yama. He'd like to ask you something.
What up?
Oh, you're muted. You gotta unmute, Yama.
My bad. How you doing?
I'm good. Blessed.
I wanted to ask, what has been like the most fun, I guess, like show or venue that you've done, like throughout your career, and why? Like, what happened?
I have a lot.
I figured it'd be.
I have a lot, man. I'll say this. This is about 7 or 8 years ago. I've been DJing for a radio station out in Georgia for a while. And so I was like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this 14 and a half hour drive out there initially, to network and stuff. And I was like, if I get a chance to play, I get a chance to play.
Definitely.
I was already doing, like submitted music for a segment and stuff. So I went to the radio station that was up there, DJ'd, and then it was the program director's birthday birthday weekend. And he was like, "Yo, I'm having this comedy show / after party. You should come through." All right, cool. So I pulled up and I DJ that. That was probably the first time where I could really like just be myself as a DJ and not have to really kind of maneuver and finagle things. And the response that I got and the relationships that I made. Shout out to Nick, Big Twin, shoot, man, Swin, AP, everyone that's out in Valdosta, the Savannah and Georgia area. Like the love and just seeing the reactions from people and how they moved and stuff, man, just like top notch. Plus, a lot of the stuff that I saw, like DJing in the clubs here versus DJing out there.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. That sounds like a lot of fun, though. You got to, you know what I'm saying, not have any parameters and stuff as artists.
Yeah.
Being able to be ourselves is like a big deal. And then also to get the reaction you wanted to get after that. That's beautiful. So
yeah, man. Look, my confidence went through the roof after that. And I came home, big chested and big headed, like, yeah, y'all ain't gonna tell me nothing. Y'all don't know what just happened last weekend.
Nah, I bet. I will have too.
Yeah, I mean, because I haven't been to any clubs in that area. Can you kind of speak on the difference between out there versus here in Texas?
Okay, so let me put on some groundwork. I've DJ'd not just in San Antonio. I've DJ'd in Del Rio. I've DJ'd in Austin, Houston, Dallas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Atlanta, Valdosta, and Savannah. I've been around. You know what I mean? The biggest difference between San Antonio and a lot of other places is the amount of money that circulates in general and how frivolous people just are willing to spend the money. And that's one. The next part is there's always this weird stigma here in San Antonio that you can't dance or party and stuff like that because we're in San Antonio. Over there, this never mattered. It's like, we don't care. We're here to party. We're here to turn up. We're here to do. So my first experience, the first night that I and I'm not DJing yet. I'm just going in and I just happen to see like, oh snap, there's people on the dance floor with 2 Hennessy bottles in each hand. And they're just, you want a shot? You okay? Yeah, everybody's got it. I'm like, I'll take one.
For real.
And literally, I'm like, I see that, and another 2 feet beside me is another people with their own bottles, and I'm like, holy shit! Like, I knew people party, you know what I mean? Because I like partying, but I was like, I'm in the wrong city. Like, golly.
Yeah.
And just seeing, it was never a thing of trying to downplay the person next to you. It was really about, yo, we're all here to have a good time, and if you're having a good time, I'm gonna have a good time. Oh man, you're dancing, shoot, I'm dancing too. Oh snap, you doing this bust a move, I'm gonna bust a move with you. That has been probably the biggest thing that I'm like, yo, it's gotten to the point where I tell people, I'm like, unless you're trying to turn up and you want to party and stuff like, just don't come to when I'm DJing, because I'm like, I'm trying to get to a certain level, and I play like I'm trying to get to that certain level. And if you're not wanting to come on to the train, if you want to sit and smoke your hookah and just chill and stuff, nothing against you. Cool. I'm not the DJ that you want to be at, because I'm gonna look at you like, what are you doing? I'm playing some twerk music, and you're supposed to be on the dance floor. Like, what are you doing sitting down? That's kind of how I've evolved now.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, having listened to, quite a bit of your sets, that, I would be that way too, because you play the music to get the people up. I mean, it's so hard to just sit down. So I'm like, but at the same time, people, they do go, they go out for different reasons as well.
Yeah.
But being nominated as Internet Streaming DJ of the Year, can you tell us what different platforms you have DJ'd on?
So, man, this past year, I've been on AudioMac, I've been on YouTube, I've been on Twitch. I kind of stopped and shied away from Facebook Live and Instagram Live, mainly because of their licensing issues and stuff, and there's a lot of things that they still have to resolve, which I hope that they do soon. Which is one of the reasons why I've kind of jumped ship. But I really do find myself very comfortable on Twitch and YouTube, probably the most. I really am able to showcase that. Yeah, we can party and stuff like that if I'm in club mode. But just overall, I'm just a dope DJ. I just like music, and I like being able to showcase that. It's like, yo, you can have a good time listening to all these different types of music that's here, because your parents did it, your grandparents did it, their grandparents did it, and it's like, trust me, like, you will like some music that gets thrown your way, even if you don't necessarily like listen to alternative or pop music, or I can't even say Afrobeats because everybody listens to Afrobeats now.
Right.
But Haitian music or Spanish music, whatever those cases may be.
Okay, and out of all of the different styles or genres of music that you've named, what is your favorite to actually play?
Okay. Man. I'm a drop a little known fact about myself. When I first started DJing, I started off as an R&B DJ, R&B and neo soul. That was kind of like the lane that I was in first before, as some of my friends will call it, before I turned into King Ratchet. That was the like I was saved, and I was listening to Music Soul Child and Dwele all the time. But now I would say I still say R&B, but I'd have to add in some house on that part. You can catch me kind of listening to one of those genres like all the time, whether it's K Tronada, Austin Mills, things of that nature.
Okay, nice. I was expecting to say something different, but okay. Just from posts that I've seen. But no, that's you took the mellow answer. Okay.
Yeah, look, when I'm in the club, that is a very, very different beast.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll put it like this. When I'm in the club, you're gonna hear some B King abundantly. You're going to hear a lot of twerk music, and you're gonna hear a lot of ratchet music because for me, ratchet is fun. It's supposed to be fun, and it's supposed to encourage people, both men and women, to want to dance with each other or to dance. Period. You know what I mean? Yes. Even though trap has engorged itself on hip hop and stuff, there's still a lot of records that should be played because they are directly influenced for people to have fun and to dance. And that's probably the one thing that other DJs just don't do. It's like, I want to play trap all the time, and I want to play trap. And I'm like, yo, yeah. There's a bunch of women that came out and spent that hour to get ready, and they don't want to hear trap. They want to be able to flex and stuff like that. So let them flex, let them have their good time. Because I guarantee you, once that happens, like, everybody else is going to start having a good time.
That's true. That's an aspect I actually didn't think about was because me personally, like, I'm kind of like, I like the trap myself. I like anything. Not that I go out much anymore anyway, but you made a good point about like the ladies, when they're dressed up, they want the cute music, the Beyonce's and stuff like that. So that makes sense with that. Can you tell us how an artist, like for artists that are interested in are you accepting music from artists? And if so, how can they? What's the best way for them to send music to you?
Always. Look, I will always accept music. The only guarantee that I do have is, you know, I may or may not play it. You know what I mean? But in terms of giving me the music, yo, I'm all ears. So if you want to send me music, you can either hit me on my Facebook. Facebook is official The Dark Knight, or you can email it to me, thedarkknight@gmail.com. Look, as long as it sounds somewhat mastered, somewhat professional, and I say that somewhat part, I can't even say it with a straight face. Look, y'all motherfuckers gotta come correct. If the shit is not done right, I ain't gonna play it.
Talk your talk. It's a
I mean,
standard.
that makes sense. That's for sure. Okay. Thank you so much for being on the show today. Really appreciate you, and I'm a big fan myself. And we're always going to show some love from Homebase Promotions.
I
And
appreciate that.
appreciate you
I
so
really
much for
do.
being on the show.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
taking time out your busy schedule to be with us.
Man,
And
look, you hit me, and I was like, man, okay, I got some time.
I really appreciate that. Best of luck on your nomination, and we'll see what's up tomorrow. See, hopefully you
Thank
win
you.
it. All right, thank you so much. We'll be back for a close, but right now we got Virgo, who is a past nominee of the SCAs. Let's check her out.
I'm not sorry. Don't be mad, baby. I'm not sorry. Don't be mad.
That was Virgo, y'all. She's a past nominee of the Southern Entertainment Awards. Man, Yama, that was nice. Having the nominees on today. What did you think about all the
Um, I,
nominees we had?
I think they were really insightful. Definitely. I think that's what I took from the most from listening to everybody.
Yes.
Had some really good advice. Just really good. Just things for artists to do and to look out for. And just ways to better themselves. And also just that they're just good people to probably have like in your corner to just get advice from and probably get some feedback from too. I think everybody that we had on today said that they would actively listen to your music. So I feel like
Yeah.
for some artists, like also having like kind of like a board of like people to listen to your stuff before you put it out or even after to get some evaluation is good. And I feel like those if you can get those people to do it from all of their credentials and stuff that I've heard today and everything, all of the experience that they have, that's a pretty good group of people to kind of back you up. So I learned
Definitely.
that, and just that everybody is always working. They have a lot of things going as well, and a lot of different avenues, and that was inspiring to hear as well.
Definitely. I mean, they dropped some major gems for artists, just artists and labels, because there's a lot of labels that don't have their stuff together right now, and I think they could benefit from that. The advice that they gave us today, as well as other managers. There's like so much. I mean, because this industry is so fast paced, fast moving, and there's it's easy to miss steps, and like there's new stuff coming out all the time, like new um procedures and things like that. Like even with this is kind of off subject, but even with I was reading up on just like the new Billboard Twitter agreement that's out. I don't know if you've heard about that one, but Billboard has a contract or some agreement. I won't say contract, but agreement with Twitter where a lot of the they have like a special chart just uh, from that, and a lot of artists don't realize it, because there's so many people that don't have a Twitter account still, and I'm like, you need to even get a Twitter account, because there's a part specifically for artists that are featured on Twitter.
And so it's like
If they see if they see like a lot of traffic for a certain artist or that hashtag that artist, then they will add that artist to a chart. A lot of artists don't even know about that one.
oh wow,
So, but yeah, um, I do want to, before we close, I do want to speak on, again, this was a special Southern Entertainment Awards edition that we had today. There's a founders brunch going on tomorrow and it's going to start at 11 a.m. It's at EG and MC venue out in Nashville, and both founders will be in the building. I'm not sure. I know some media outlets were. I think they're asking for the interviews to happen actually at the awards, or like, I don't know if it's before or after, but there is a founders brunch, just to chill and get to know the founders of the Southern Entertainment Awards, because they've again been doing this for over 20, well, not over, but 20 years, at least having the awards ceremony itself. And it's a great chance to go out and network with them if you're in the Nashville area. And then later that evening is the actual awards ceremony itself. It will be at the City Winery, which is at 609 Lafayette Street, Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville is the whole city, of course. I keep saying Nashville, but anyway, but it's the 20th annual Southern Entertainment Awards, and we want to say our congratulations to them just for working so hard to get this type of event out there. I mean, because it's covering all of the Southern U.S. Like there's a lot of states down here that are being covered, but big ups to them. And thanks again, Yama, for being my co-host today, filling in for Grandmaster Bass Monstar. He will be back hopefully next week, and really appreciate you. And we know you're coming out with the Monday show. Monday is a holiday, so I guess the following Monday is when we'll have the first Music Monday. Yeah. But artists tuning in, make sure that you submit your music over to us so that we can get it over to Yama so we can start taking a look at it for the Sundays. We'll also be reviewing it for our Homebase Radio playlist as well, because we have a lot of playlists. Like right now we have over 40, but we have a lot more coming out. We have, I think, about 10 or 15 that were just newly created that we're building. And so we have tons of, different types of playlists for you to possibly be placed on. If it doesn't fit one, it might fit another. Never know. And then we got different curators. We all have a different ear. So somebody might like it, somebody might not. So, but yeah, you have a great chance of being placed if you submit to us.
Exactly. But don't forget, we got all the links and all the information down at the bottom. So y'all go ahead and check that out. We definitely going to be actively listening. So take a chance with getting some promotion and getting yourself out there, man. It doesn't hurt, and it only takes a little bit of time. So I would definitely do it. I take some time out of my week every week to go and submit to different playlists and different publications and stuff like that. So it could go a long way for you. And at the end of the day, you can also just make the connection. As you can see, we got a lot of people on here that come and meet and talk with us, as well as we host shows. So you have a lot of different opportunities. If one door doesn't open, there's plenty more. So
for sure,
keep your heads up as artists and keep trying to.
Definitely. And also I sometimes forget to mention these playlists, but we have some YouTube playlists as well. So like for some of the artist playlists, like the Millennial Z, which is like more for millennials, but there's an R&B playlist that also has a corresponding YouTube playlist. So if you have a song that we add to that, then it automatically will get added to our YouTube playlist as well. So there are different ways to get seen, heard, represented by Homebase Promotions. Thank y'all again for tuning in. We'll check y'all next week. Peace.
I'm not sorry.